and further discussing the albums of John Paul. Okay, let's go with Igloo Ritual. First song, Igloo Ritual. I really like. I kind of tried to make a little music video on my phone for this song. I really like my vocals in the chorus. I think I like the kind of stoppy, stuttery verse. The lyrics, I don't know what that's about. Just kind of weird. I don't know what it means. I just it gives me like a vision in my head, like Chris Cornell would say, like, you know, he just creates imagery or something. And that's kind of what I was trying to go for. Racket to Racket. I think I really like this song. I kind of do like a AC/DC kind of thing, maybe with the vocals, like, or maybe not. No, it's kind of like. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting title, Racket to Racket, like racket, like a noise. I remember my dad used to say, "Quit making all that racket," which I always thought was kind of funny. So, Cadaverous. This one I really like. I really like the music, the keyboard, and the it's got some pretty. It came out pretty much the way I wanted. Maybe the drums are a little, but I like the verse. The verse drums are like a totally different keyboard drum set. Like, I think I may have put echo on it or reverb or something. I think the drums are interesting, and I really like the instrumentation, and the lyrics are kind of, there's not many lyrics, but I really like the lyrics. So what it's about, I don't really know. Maybe it's about me when I was like younger and like losing a lot of weight or something. Like, I can kind of relate to feeling kind of cadaverous, even though people said I was big, even when I was like 217 pounds. But anyway, most people now say I weigh 300 pounds, and somebody recently wrote that I weigh 230 pounds, like describe me as, and like, so if I look like I weigh 230 when I weigh 300, then what do I look like when I weigh 217? I probably look pretty thin, at least in the arms or shoulders. I felt like I was pretty thin, but people would still say, like, you know, you're so big, you know, even when I was 217, you know, like in the movie Superman, Lois Lane asked, or the 1978 Superman, Lois Lane asked Superman how much he weighed, and he said 220, and she goes, like, 220, like that's crazy heavy or something. To me, 220 would be very slim, or I would hardly eat anything if I ever got down, or if I got down to that weight, it would take me, you know, barely eating anything, you know, or exercising more than I've ever done in my life or something, or I would need a personal trainer to get down to that weight again, which I don't want to be 220. I would like to be down to like 250 or something, or maybe 275 and muscular, you know. Anyway, a Jigsaw. Now, this one, I once tweeted Sebastian Bach and asked him if he would cover this song, like, you know, on his album. I think the chorus has a very Sebastian Bach-y kind of feel to it, which I was pleased with, because I'm a huge Sebastian Bach fan. Of course, I've met him, which was a highlight of my life. You know, I think he's awesome as shit. But I remember where I was when I first heard I Remember You by Skid Row. It literally changed my life, or it made me interested in music, like hardcore. I was like, wow. I just remember, like, wow, just being blown away by that song. The vocals. He made me want to be a singer, like, you know, at least as a hobby or whatever, or just really interested in music. He made me interested in music. I was like, wow, man, I really thought it was something. This day, and I still do to this day. I think I Remember You by Skid Row is the greatest vocal performance of all time. And I say that without reservation. But there's a lot of great vocals, but that one has just got the power and the majesty, or just the singing quality. Like, some people can out scream, or not. I don't know if they can out scream Sebastian Bach, but they could scream on Sebastian Bach's level, but they can't combine it with the vocal like maybe Freddie Mercury does some pretty sounding vocals, but that might could rival Sebastian Bach, but he ain't got the power. And like James Brown, he can rival the power of Sebastian Bach, but he ain't got the Freddie Mercury kind of, beauty kind of thing, which is weird to say a big dude like Sebastian Bach. He is a big dude, is sings pretty, I don't think he would be offended by that though, because he's got to know he sings pretty, but nothing, anyway. So, but Jigsaw, they even though it's not like a style that Sebastian Bach has ever done, really. Actually, that riff is very old. Or I've had that riff since I first had a tape 4-track. Like, it used to be a different song called Necropolis. And they would say, the city of the it's the same riff. And I did like this backwards, which I like. I miss backwards guitar. I used to do a lot of that when I had a cassette tape, because you just flip the tape over and play along with it, which I always like backwards stuff, which I haven't done as much of that as I would like. But I have done a little bit of that throughout my oeuvre or whatever. So anyway, Jigsaw, I really like that one. Devoid Crystalloid. I can't remember, but I think the title is awesome. Can't really remember the song. Maybe I should listen to the songs before I do these things, but I think given it, if I didn't think it was pretty cool, I wouldn't have given it that title, Devoid Crystalloid. I mean, that's a cool name, cool title in my opinion. Ignoramus Box. Now this one, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of the riff kind of reminds me of Shame by Stabbing Westward in a weird kind of way, which the vocal is not as good as the Shame Stabbing Westward vocal, but I don't know, the vocal, it's like something is not quite perfect about the vocal, but I do like it, but the vocal I wish was better, or I wish it would just been like, like a ultimate vocal, like a Beyond the Wheel Soundgarden type of vocal. I wish I could have put on that, because I think that song deserves like a little slightly better vocal, or I mean just the vocal performance or something, or but maybe it's in a key where I couldn't really do it. But the vocal I didn't think lived up to the level of the song, which I don't know if that's a great title, Ignoramus Box. But I do really like the song, and I like the vocal, and but I mean, I just wish I could have done a little more piercing, Chris Cornell, Rob Halford kind of thing, or Sebastian Bach, kind of performance. But I like it pretty good. Jugbug. I can't really remember exactly what's going on with that song, but I think it was from my memory, which I can't remember right now. I should listen to these songs before I do these little discussion things. But I mean, I think it's interesting. Give it a listen. Maybe you'll like it. Sinister Saboteur. I do remember. I really like the guitar and just the whole overall. I think I like the vocals. I like the song. The song is like pretty much exactly, the way I would like for it. Like it, or I'm happy with the way the song turned out, like the writing of it and the performance and the recording. It's pretty much exactly, I wouldn't change it. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, maybe it's if I could figure out how to, maybe the guitar is not quite as heavy. It seems a little too clean, maybe. Or I wish it could be a little, maybe more crushing, like of a performance. But I liked it. A Dust Blender. Now these lyrics are sort of like the end of the world or something, like I don't know where these lyrics came from, but I thought they were pretty profound. It's like the end of everything. I don't know where I come up with this stuff, but I don't really listen to music like that necessarily. Just like that's what came out. I don't know where the vocal or the lyrics but that came from, but I like I was pretty pleased with that song. And I know I've listened to it several times and been like, wow, what is that? What is that? Where did that come from? The meaning of it or whatever. Like this, everything is going downhill there for the character of the song. Supinated boy. I've always wanted to do a song like this. It's kind of maybe a sort of quasi-industrial sounding, maybe. But I really liked that it sounded kind of, like, I felt like it fit more with the way I feel in my head than a lot of my songs do. I mean, it was like, really, like, I don't know if angry is the word, just really expressive, I liked it. I was pretty pleased with that one. Lunar Curse. I remember that's got like a weird kind of like a bendy. I don't know what the guitar chord or the pedal that like you can like a tone shifter kind of thing or something. But I thought that was pretty cool. And then some other guitar sound. It's got some interesting guitar sounds I was pretty pleased with, and I like the way that came out. Deja Voodoo. Now that one I really liked the song as a whole. I thought maybe it was, or I wondered, is the chorus too relaxed or too subtle, maybe? But I know I mean that was just more for like when people think it's too subtle. I really liked it though. That's one of my favorites. I really like my lead playing on that. I think it's pretty interesting. I don't consider myself much of a lead player, and the lyrics, I like the lyrics. Deja Voodoo, I don't know if that's a title. Maybe I don't like the title right now, but I guess I did. But maybe I kind of do. I don't know. It's the title I don't know about, but I've tried to do other songs with that title, and they did not work out. So I thought maybe that's a title that I was thought about using on another song that I didn't like or didn't finish or something. But anyway, I like the song overall. So